It never ceases to astound me how, even after all these years, as a writer and a storyteller, that I can still be completely blown away by the beauty of a song, a painting, a fairy tale, a legend, myth, or passage of sacred text. And I wonder if the same is true for you. Years ago, at the very start, when we hadn't yet got proper recording equipment, 3 of us put together an impromptu rendition of the Raggle Taggle Gypsies with piano and strings and just plain spoken word, put together on an old 4-track before ever the digital days arrived. It was a Friday night when we finished it, and I remember walking home as high can be, utterly enraptured with the romance and the wonderment of it all. Fair floating past the busy supermarket and all the people bustling about their Friday night business. But I was in another realm completely, while still making my earthly way through the throng, feet, however, gliding slightly above the pavement. I'd rather have a kiss from the gypsy laddie's lips. The lyric ran over and over in my mind, than you and all your money-o. And it's still like that, and always has been, and I still know and deeply love those 2 dear souls from those magical days. Anam Cara, as the Celts would say, precious soul friends. As a child, I'd seen a luminous figure robed in brilliant white light, standing in the corner of my bedroom, next to a Holman Hunt print of Jesus at sunset, the light of the world. After a while, I got scared, and he didn't come anymore, except within beauty. And then I knew. There were moments of sweet lucidity, of sublime presence, and there could be no mistaking. Perhaps it has been so for you. I hope so. At 14, we were taken with the school to hear a Latin Mass. I'd never been in a Catholic church, but the combined effect of medieval Gregorian chant, plumes of heady incense, and profusion of flickering candle flames surrounding the unfamiliar and yet somehow totally known Virgin Queen, crowned with a halo of silver stars, took me instantly off my teenage guard, and tears, unbidden, streamed down my cheeks. And it was as if we were suddenly spirited away to the kingdom of the Holy Grail, as it was being offered up to the heavens, midst a great company of angels, somehow mysteriously morphing into form, breaking free in my mind's eye from their stained glass encasements. And my soul sang and danced in joy and in wonder, whilst outwardly only the trickling tears on my cheeks gave a sign. I never became a Catholic, My life led elsewhere, but I went in secret to that church for ages, much, much later, discovering that our dear J.R.R. Tolkien had been an altar boy there. I grew up then, I suppose, and I put away childish things, as they say. I became political, a vegetarian. I gave away all my possessions and went to live in a community of similarly disenchanted souls. After that, a little late, university, where I chose totally the wrong degrees for me and got a bit more lost. But then came a book all about The Sleeping Beauty by P.L. Travers that turned it all around and pointed me back home. It was the first fairy tale I ever adapted and set to music with one of those same friends from the Raggle Taggle Gypsy days. Who lies deep within us, asks P.L. Travers, and who will come at last to awaken us? What aspect of ourselves? Are we dealing here with the sleeping soul and all the external affairs of life that hem and hide it? Something that falls asleep after childhood. Something that not to awaken would make life meaningless. To give an answer, supposing we had one, would be breaking the law of fairy tale. And perhaps no answer is necessary. It is enough that we ponder upon and love the story and ask ourselves the question. I still have that book. It turned out I had to find my own prince within, as Travers says, to come lift the spell that had plunged my soul into darkness. Later, poring over and simultaneously falling in love with Burne-Jones's Legend of Briar Rose series of paintings that illuminate the tale, helped me get back to my husband, his deep, quiet self, his reverence for nature, our beautiful daughters, a university tutor who became a lifelong friend, who introduced me to Anne Baring and her tales of the lost goddesses of antiquity, the feminine soul, and the need to realign culturally and also personally. But it was beauty herself that was always key for me. Beauty that has been my portal and my guide into the realms of bliss beyond. History, her story, even the profound insights of Jung concerning the psychological meaning of these mysteries can never compare to what he later termed the numinous, one's own direct spiritual experience, as the Gnostics might say. The touching of and momentary fusion with the divine spark that dwells within us all and which reconnects us, you, me, everyone in this world, with a transcendent reality, with a cosmic reality that has a sublime and eternal beauty beating at its very heart. No one can speak of it with any accuracy, of course. No one can ever convey the sweetness of these things. All agree. Yet what I can say personally is that oftentimes, and often out of the blue, I have fallen to my knees in utter devotion and gratitude. And in such moments, still, even now, even after all these long, long years, and I am still in awe, still in love, and still utterly blown away. Gypsies came to the castle gate. They sang so high, oh they sang so low. They sang so sweet, so very, very sweet. They stole away the heart of the lady-o. She kicked off her high-heeled shoes, made from Spanish leather-o. She's out in the street in her bare, bare feet, following the Raggle Taggle Gypsies, oh. Late that night when the Lord came home, enquiring for his lady-o, the servants gave him this reply: she's gone with the Raggle Taggle Gypsies, oh. Now he rode east and he rode west, till he was wondrous weary-o, until he came near to the banks of the sea, and there he found his lady-o. Would you leave your house and your land? Would you leave your baby-o? And would you leave your newly wedded lord to follow the Raggle Taggle Gypsies, oh? I would leave my house and my land, I would leave my baby-o. I'd rather have a kiss from the gypsy laddie's lips than you and all your money.